You ever feel that little gap between where you are right now and where you desperately want to be? It's like you've got these huge ambitions, right? But something just keeps holding you back. Well, what if the biggest thing in your way isn't your talent or your money, but something inside your own head?
Dear book lovers, welcome to another high-speed book summary episode of Summarypedia. We are here to bring you more titles in less time. And today we are diving headfirst into a classic book that gives a powerful answer to that very question. We're going to break down the core ideas that have literally helped millions of people change their lives just by changing how they think.
Yep, in this episode, we are exploring the powerful and super practical lessons from The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. So who is this book for? Well, it's for anyone out there who feels stuck, who dreams of doing more, and who is just ready to finally break through those limits you might have put on yourself. So let's get right into the first big idea.
All right, first up, believe you can succeed, because your mindset, it's the master key. This is the very first principle, and honestly, it might be the most important one. Schwartz basically says your mindset isn't just part of the game, it's the key that unlocks the entire thing.
Now, the crucial thing to get here is that this isn't about wishful thinking. It's not just hoping for the best. According to Schwartz, when you genuinely believe you can do something, your mind literally shifts gears. It stops wasting energy looking for all the reasons it's impossible and starts pouring all its creative juice into figuring out how to make it happen. The stronger your belief, the more power your brain unleashes to solve the problem.
And get this, it's not just something that happens inside your head. It sends a huge signal to everyone around you. There was this fascinating study by the McKinsey Foundation that totally backs this up. They asked leaders, what's the #1 trait you look for? And it wasn't experience, it wasn't even raw talent. It was a sheer desire to get ahead. And where does that desire come from? It's a direct result of believing in yourself. It makes other people want to believe in you too.
Okay, so once you've got that belief locked in, it's time to upgrade your thinking. We're talking about going from a simple storage unit to a full-on solution factory. See, it's not enough to just believe. You have to change how you use your mind.
And Schwartz makes this really brilliant distinction. It says a lot of us treat our brains like a computer's hard drive, just for fact memorization. Storing information away like dusty old boxes in a garage. But the most successful people, they practice creative thinking. They don't see their knowledge as some static library. They see it as a flexible, powerful toolkit they can use to build brand new solutions to whatever problem comes their way.
So you're probably wondering, okay, how do I actually do that? Well, Schwartz gives us a super clear 3-step plan. Number 1, be open to new ideas. All of them, even the ones that kind of challenge what you already think. Number 2, go try new things on purpose. Join a club, hang out with people who think differently than you do. And number 3, make this a daily habit. Every morning, ask yourself, how can I do a better job today? Simple, but powerful.
Now, a huge part of this whole upgrading your thinking thing is learning how to deal with negativity. And Schwartz has this incredible analogy for it. He calls them mental monsters. Think about it. Every time you have a negative thought, I can't do this or I'm not smart enough, you're literally feeding that monster. And the more you feed it, the bigger and stronger it gets until it just stomps all over your positive, creative thoughts. The trick? You have to starve those monsters.
This brings us right to the next big pillar, building a first-class environment. Because you are what you feed your mind. You've heard you are what you eat, right? Well, that doesn't just go for your body. The people, the ideas, the stuff you listen to, that's all mind food. And Schwartz is super blunt about this. He says, make no mistake. You are affected by the company you keep. It's simple, really. If you hang around people who are constantly gossiping and complaining, guess what? You're going to become a gossiper and a complainer. But if you surround yourself with people who are ambitious, positive, and driven, that stuff is going to rub off on you too. This isn't a minor detail, he says. It's a game changer.
Okay, so how do you actually build this first-class environment? Well, here's the game plan. First, you actively go out and surround yourself with successful people, and you study them. Second, choose your friends carefully. Pick high-quality people who actually believe in what you're trying to do. Third, and this one's huge, only get advice from people who are already where you want to be. And finally, treat absolutely everyone with respect, because you never know who you'll need on your side. Success depends on other people's support. All right, next up, take action. Conquer fear. Because confidence is a verb. Think about it. Believing is the start. Thinking right is the method. A great environment is your support system.
But none of that matters without the final, crucial piece of the puzzle, and that is taking action. This is how you beat fear.
Fear is the #1 killer of dreams, right? And Schwartz says the only real antidote to fear is confidence. But here's the secret, and it's a big one. Nobody is born confident. Not that CEO you admire, not that amazing public speaker, nobody. They all built their confidence, one small action at a time, brick by brick. It's something you build, not something you have.
And you can start building it with ridiculously simple actions. Here's one. Sit in the front row. Seriously, next time you're in a meeting or a conference, don't hide in the back. Sit right up front. It's a tiny act of visibility that sends a message to your own brain. I'm here, I matter, and I'm not afraid to be seen.
Here's another one. Make more eye contact. When you talk to someone, look them in the eye. It communicates honesty, it communicates self-assurance. Yeah, it might feel a little weird at first, but every single time you do it, you're doing a rep for your confidence muscle.
And one last one, a simple physical hack. Walk 25% faster. I know it sounds weird, but try it. When you walk with a faster, more purposeful stride, you send a signal to yourself and everyone else that you're an important person with important things to do. These tiny little physical tweaks can actually rewire your brain and build real confidence. So who was the person who came up with all these powerful ideas? Let's talk about the man behind the magic, David J. Schwartz. Because knowing a little about him helps you understand why this stuff is still so relevant today. David J. Schwartz was a professor and a really well-known motivational coach. He was considered one of the top experts on motivation and leadership in the country. And here's why his perspective matters so much. His work isn't based on some abstract ivory tower theory. It's grounded in practical, real-world principles that he discovered by studying thousands of actual successful people. He looked at what worked for them, and he wrote it down for us.
Okay, that was a lot, so let's bring it all home. Here is your big thinking recap. The 5 keys to unlocking your potential. Okay, let's nail these down. 1. Believe you can succeed, and your brain will figure out the how. 2. Use your mind for creative thinking, not just as a file cabinet. 3. Build a first-class environment that lifts you up. 4. Build real confidence through small, daily actions to conquer fear. And 5, this is key, when you face a setback, you don't make excuses, you just find another way. At the end of the day, the magic of thinking big isn't about arrogance. It's about giving yourself permission to try. So I'll leave you with this question. What's one small action you can take today to start building the belief that your biggest goals are absolutely within your reach? Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more high-speed book summaries from Summarypedia.